So, will you be voting in the upcoming EU referendum?
Probably, yeah, probably.
What are your thoughts on the EU referendum?
Personally, I think we should stay in the EU because it'd be a lot better off. Because like trade-wise, and I really want to leave England, so to move to the EU to make it easier, it'd make it a lot difficult if we were independent and stuff. So yeah, I think we should stay.
Do you think there's enough information that's accessible to maybe first-time voters or younger people, and such as students and things?
No, we've got no clue. Politicians are just making stuff up. That's what they do. Like, yeah, I think we should need more evidence before we decide to vote, especially first-time ones. Anyway, like in students, we don't get stuff. We don't get taught anything. So I think we should get more.
How do you think that we can make information more accessible? Like, what type of ways do you think?
I just think I don't know. Just get by all the stupid laws about privacy and just like you know what I mean, like everything like I don't know. I think certain things, more important things, should be shared. Like nothing secretive or anything like that, because then that's how politicians get by, on secrets. Yeah. I hate politicians. I hate politicians. Yeah.
How do you feel that the politicians have been behaving in regards to the referendum, such as the Boris Johnson versus David Cameron?
Like a bunch of kids. They're like a bunch of kids trying to scrap for a freaking jelly baby. Like, that's what they're like. It's ridiculous. Like you see on the Houses of Parliament, they're acting like a bunch of kids on a playground, like a little competition with each other. It's embarrassing. It's British politics. It's embarrassing.
Do you think enough people care to be voting, or do you think that there'll be a low turnout of votes?
I don't think there'll be a lot of turnout. For one, we haven't got enough information, and two, people don't seem to care about politics anymore. It's the same with the general election I think it was last year, wasn't it? Yeah, no one seemed to have cared. So, yeah. It's the public for you. No one cares. Unfortunately, yeah. So, yeah.
That's all I've got. Thank you. Will you be voting in the upcoming EU referendum?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the EU referendum?
It's a bit of a complicated issue, but I did have a lecture about this like 2 weeks ago, and like my lecturer kind of pointed out both the pros and the cons, mostly the cons because he wants us to be out. So I'm kind of confused on how to vote, but there are like good arguments for both sides.
How do you feel that information could be more accessible to first-time voters in an EU referendum, I take it, such as yourself? And how can we make it like easier to possibly look without a biased opinion?
I think like maybe like have it like a talk in every single lecture, no matter what the discipline is, and then also maybe like adverts kind of promoting a website where people can go to find more information. I think those would be the most kind of helpful ways to do.
So like manifestos on like websites that's easy to access for students and things like that?
Yeah, it's literally just like a simple advert saying go to this website, find out more for first-time voters.
So how do you feel that politicians have been behaving in the run-up to the referendum?
I think a lot of them, I'll say aside from maybe Jeremy Corbyn, are acting very childish. Like I really didn't like what David Cameron did where he said about the whole drone strike thing, anyone that doesn't agree is a terrorist sympathizer. And they asked him 12 times to apologize and he just didn't. After that, I really lost respect for him. So, and then like my friend said, they act like a bunch of kids in House of Commons as well. It's really off-putting. So.
Do you feel that enough people possibly care about being in the EU, or they just shrug it off their shoulders?
I think they shrug it off because in their mind it's not something that's going to directly affect them. So they're like, you know, whatever, referendum, these words are alien to me. So.
Do you feel that they should care?
Yeah, because it is actually quite important. My lecturer actually pointed it out because it's basically a bunch of people that we didn't elect are making decisions about how the EU is going to run, and we're part of it. So it is a serious thing.
Thank you.